Chris, and you're watching the Evercade Effect.
Oh yeah, everybody, this is Ed from the Evercade Effect. And with the Neo Geo cards just being amazing, I wanted to do a follow-up and kind of just give my opinion after spending time with them. Usually I like to make a video after I spend 2 weeks, but in the Neo Geo's case, I pretty much played most of these games in the past and all that. So I feel like I can play them long enough to give you a good opinion. Just note with my busy schedule lately and with the fact that I've been playing both Neo Geo 2 and Neo Geo 3, that like my playtime might not be, is accurate. So just keep those caveats. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to talk about the games. I'm not going to go ahead and actually like play through the games. Why would I do that? No, but seriously, I did already make a video on my first impressions. And if you want to go ahead and see that video, there'll be links in the description below, and I'll probably throw a card up somewhere if you want to go through that. That way you can see my first initial impressions. I play all the games. If you haven't watched this video, you probably should go ahead and check that out. But here today, we're just going to go through, we're going to talk about Neo Geo Arcade 2. We're going to go through all the games, and I'm going to give you my opinions, show my playtime, and all that type of cool, fun stuff. And yes, eventually, my Neo Geo shirt does have to be washed. So let's go ahead and play this. Oh, and before we do want to point out, whoosh, I have been playing these games with the 8-bit Neo Geo clicky stick. If you have a VS, I really recommend doing this. For me, it just enhances the nostalgia and enhances the experience on playing these games. Plus, this really works well with other arcade games. It has Bluetooth. You can use it like with your Steam Deck and Switch. It doesn't have dual analog sticks, so yeah, you can't play with those games. But listen, who doesn't like a good clicky stick? Other thing I'll say too is that if you are going to use this, you do have to go in and map your controllers. Let me know if you'd like me to create a separate video just dedicated on walking through, kind of a shorter video just on mapping the controllers. I did do a previous one where I talked about it, but you actually have to plug this in the brick into your controller port 1, plug the actual hardwired Evercade controller into port 2, and then you can go in and map it, but there's some caveat to the mapping. But anyways, don't want to get too far off on topic. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about these 6 great games. I'll tell you what I think is the best game on this collection. I'll tell you what I think is the worst game on the collection. And we'll look at the stats, right? So Art of Fighting 2. Let's look at the stats. And you'll see 3 minutes, right? 2 save states just to test it. Okay, so full disclosure, for Art of Fighting 2, I only played this really when I did my initial first impressions video. I really haven't touched it since. And it's not that it's a horrible game, but there's better fighting games that are on here. It's one of those ones where it's, like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not better than like Street Fighter 2. But it's just, it's different. But I really, really like the King of the Fighters / Fatal Fury series. On the Neo Geo, those are kind of one of my favorite fighting games that spans that, that whole series. So yeah, I haven't felt the desire to go back, because we'll get to, I'm going to talk about there's another fighting game on here that just beats the crap out of it. Cross Swords. Now let's go ahead and look at my playtime. You'll see 46 minutes. I've played it like 4 different times and all that. And I've done a shit ton of save states. One of the main reasons I've done a shit ton of save states is that it's very easy with this game and other Neo Geo arcade games. If you're in the middle of like fighting and you're pressing the button and you die, it's very easy to have that countdown timer go to 0, and then you have to start over. So that's what the save states are for. So let me talk about this game, my opinions. It's definitely nostalgic, and it was, I think, really groundbreaking for its time. And I had a lot of fun. I got through the first 2 bosses and all that. But my only issue with this game is it feels very repetitive. Very repetitive in what you're doing, just like hacking and slashing. Very repetitive in the sprites that you face. The bosses are just quarter munchers, but hey, we have unlimited credits. So yeah, I mean it's still a good game. And I guess, you know what, I should kind of rate these. I need to spend more time with Art of Fighting. This I would go ahead and give this a C+. Maybe if I spend more time with it, that might go up to a B-. Cross Swords, gonna finish that thought. This, I would say, this game itself is probably a B-, right? It's not top tier. It's not horrible, but my God, the repetitiveness of it is just, yeah. It is kind of weird. And then as far as like blocking, it's hard, at least for me, to see the characters when you use your shield to block here or to block here. And Cross Swords 2, hopefully we'll get that game and that'll be much better. But it's just the mechanics of it are just all right. But moving on, I did mention a fighting game that's much better, and this might be the best fighting game that we get on the Neo Geo. Garou Mark of the Wolves is awesome. If you really like the Fatal Fury series, if you really like the King of the Fighters series, this is excellent. And I will say that, with the clicky stick here, even with special moves or breeze, even without the clicky stick, they are, but it feels really good. So let's see, 38 minutes. I played it on 4 different times. I want to play this game more, but so far, what I have played, I've really freaking enjoyed it. I like to be Terry in this game, and I like that you can just pick one character. And when you do continue, if you want, you can choose. If you get frustrated with fighting an enemy, you can choose to kind of have I think have them have difficulty down, more power, and all that. Really, the only thing, this is just an ed issue. The only thing right now that's just holding it back for me is just the time to look in the booklet for the special moves and to play all the characters. That's all, just time. But wow, this game, it feels great. The graphics are awesome. Again, as I said before, one of the best fighting games on the Evercade. And even if I think you're not too much into fighting games, you're going to like it. Even Pete really likes this game, and he's not a huge fighting fan outside of Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat. So it's going to be good. But yeah, this game is just a blast. I need to play more of it on stream. Let me go ahead and go back here. What do we have next? Oh, Metal Slug 2. I really like the Metal Slug series a lot. An hour play. So I played through this game twice. So far, again, I'd like to play. I'd like to play through it even more. And usually on my live streams, I'll play through this game once. I'll save it for another stream. But let's just say this game, I want to say you beat about 30 minutes. Metal Slug 3 feels like it's entirely too long. It's wow. I think that game was at least an hour or more. A good game, but I like Metal Slug Classic. Really great. I enjoy Metal Slug 2 just as much as Metal Slug 1. I think I might like Metal Slug 2 better than 3 just because I feel like 3 is a little bit too lengthy. But I love my running guns if you like Contra and all that. This game is just perfect. And the one thing I will say, too, about playing these Neo Geo games, just look at the backgrounds. How beautiful the sprites are, the parallax scrolling. It's amazing how this machine, or console rather, was ahead of its time. And it still holds up to this day. Also, too, if you notice, I can point the way I organize my carts. And you comment in the section below if you do this. I put the 3 Neo Geo carts turned inside out, the black and gold, grouped together, and then the title carts after. And that's what I'm going to do. Regardless of the numbers, the Neo Geo carts are going to stay grouped together because I feel like they're like an S tier of arcade gaming, and they need to be that way. So yeah, Metal Slugs, it's just a classic. I feel like if you pop in this cart, you're going to want to play through. Ninja Commando. I think this one, let me see the playtime if I played through it. Yeah, I played through it once. Quick game, super fun. Yeah, you can see that I did a bunch of save states, only had to load one, probably did the controller issue. But yeah, it's a fantastic overhead shooter, kind of like what Akari Warriors should have been. And I really love these type of games because you just want to sit down, get a quick gaming session on. It's just so much fun just to go in there, pump in some quarters, beat through it, see if you can get better the next time. You can play different characters, and it's the Neo Geo top quality. So, I forgot to grade these. I'm getting so excited. Definitely, Geo Mark of the Wolves, S tier, no question. Metal Slug 2, S tier. Ninja Commando, I'm gonna say that's A tier. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed playing through it, but it's not super revolutionary, right? But definitely. And then we have Sengoku 2. Let's look at my playtime. Yeah, 48 minutes. So let's talk about Sengoku 2. So the problem I have with these first 2 games is that it's a pretty good average beat 'em up. Even though I love Neo Geo, there's beat 'em ups that I like more on other consoles, believe it or not. So it's this. I'll tell you off the bat. This I give maybe a C minus. It's just border. I almost want to give it a D plus if I'm being honest. It's not horrible, but it's just the problem is you can change into these other forms. It's really weird how that works, and all the other forms to me feel weaker. Like the dog feels useless. I love the ninja. The ninja's too short of a range, and the other weird strong guy, he's too slow. And your character with the weapon and the slash attacks is better. So you really just only feel like that you can only play one character throughout the whole game. There's not really a point to change into the other character, and it doesn't really do it for me. Sengoku 3, they made it so much better. You can be different characters, and it's a lot more fun. It's what these two games should have been. So yeah, this is probably the worst game on the cart, but they're still all great games. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll give Sengoku 2 another playthrough just because, but otherwise, still all the other carts are awesome. Your Metal Slug, Ninja Commando, Garou, Mark of the Wolves, being your top tier. Cross Store is still fun to have. And Art of Fighting, because it's here, probably it's a game that I wouldn't really play as much on the Neo Geo, but I probably will go back and play it. But again, Blaze has knocked it out of the park going with these arcade collections. I'm going to continue to play these games more on live stream. So yes, playing Collection 3 maybe takes away from Collection 2, but hey, we got both of them at the same time. With the Taito carts, and if you want to see me play a lot of these games live and other cool, weird, and neat indie retro games, because yes, I just don't play Evercade, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really, really helps me out, and you'll know when I go live, more importantly. Because usually what I do is after I go live, I make it available only for channel members to watch the VOD on replay, although sometimes I may give a few days, especially to go ahead and watch the stream for non-channel members, so that way, you know, if you miss it, you can go ahead and watch it. Because due to my busy schedule, I've been streaming it at times. With all that said, I'm going to thank my channel members. I do need to go ahead and add Sproutman and Dan Nastic. I do apologize. My schedule has just been insane. So just pretend that they're here. You all are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks, Crashline, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlush, Alex Groot!